Good morning, dear students, and welcome back to your online English grammar class. Now see children, in my previous session, I have solved exercise A of lesson number 1, that is the sentence, okay? And children, those who have got your books, okay? I hope most of you have got your books and copies, and those who have not got, hopefully you will get it very soon, okay? Need not to worry. And so those who have got your books and copies, children, you may open your book. You will see that lesson number 1 has 4 exercises in it, okay? Exercise A, B, C and D, okay? And one more exercise is there, exercise E, which we will not be doing in book, okay? Only 4 exercises we will do in book, okay? So exercise A I have already explained to you all, okay? I have already solved exercise A in my previous session, okay? And today I will start with exercise B of lesson 1, that is given on page number 7. So those who are having book with you, please open your book, page number 7, okay? What is exercise B? What you have to do in exercise B? See children, here some group of words are given. As you can see, I have written 10 group of words. Okay. This exercise is, look at the following group of words, tick if it is a sentence and cross out if it is not a sentence. Okay. So you will have to identify that which group of words is a sentence and which is not a sentence. Now, you all know very well, children, that sentence is an ordered group of words. First of all, whatever words are there in a sentence, it should be in an order. Second thing, it must carry a subject and a predicate in it. And the third most important thing is that it should give a complete, it should make some sense, okay? It should give some meaning, okay? Then only it is called a sentence. Now, we will start with the very first group, that is to the west. The very first group of word, that is to the west. Now see children, this sentence, it does not has any subject, or we cannot find out any predicate also in this sentence, in this group of words, and it does not give a complete, it does not make any sense, it's not giving any meaning. It's an incomplete sentence, okay? So you can put a cross here. Okay, it's not a sentence. Now second one is up the hill. Now see children, in this group of words, in this group of words, you can see here again we are not able to find out any subject or predicate. Okay, and it's not making any sense. It's not giving any meaning. So it is also an incomplete sentence, you can say. So you can put a cross here. Okay. Now the third one is drink cold water. Now you all have studied kinds of sentences also. I have explained you all kinds of sentences also. And this sentence, drink cold water. Okay. Words are arranged in an order. And this sentence carries a subject and predicate also. Though subject is not mentioned here, but drink cold water. This sentence is giving you some advice or suggestion. Okay. So it comes under imperative sentence, okay, and you all know that in imperative sentence, subject is not mentioned in the sentence, but it is understood. So, you drink cold water is a sentence and it gives some meaning. It's an imperative sentence. So, yes, it's a sentence. You can put a tick in front of it. Now, the fourth one is, he sang a song. He is subject. You can see he is subject in this sentence. Sang a song is predicate and it gives some meaning. Okay, so the sentence is complete. It's a sentence. Now, fifth one. Book is mine. Again here, book is subject and is mine is predicate part. Both subject and predicate is present. Words are arranged in an order and it gives some meaning. So this is a sentence. Now, sixth one. He was flying a kite. Okay, he again is subject here. Was flying a kite is predicate. Okay, words are arranged in an order and it gives some meaning. So you can put a tick in front of it. It is also a subject. Traveled to. Now see here children, in this group of words, we is subject. Okay, and traveled to. This predicate part is not complete. Okay, so it does not give complete meaning. Sentence is not complete. You can put a cross here. It's not a sentence. Now, children played in the park. Here in this sentence you can see children is subject. Played in the park is predicate. It gives some meaning. Sentence is complete. So you can put a tick in front of it. Now, she helps everyone. She is subject. Helps everyone is predicate. Words are arranged in a group. Words are arranged properly. Okay, and so it's a sentence. It gives some meaning. You can put a tick in front of it. Okay, India is my country. India is subject here. Is my country is predicate. Okay, sentence gives some meaning. It's complete. Okay, so you can put a tick in front of it also. It's also a sentence. Okay, so I hope this exercise is also clear to you all. It's though it was very this exercise is very easy and you could have done it by yourself also, but I have solved it for you. Now see, this lesson, as I told you, 4 exercises we will be doing. That is A, B, C and D. A I have already discussed. I have already solved in my previous session. B, here I have discussed. I have solved it here. Okay. Now exercise C and exercise D, children. I am not able to solve it here on the blackboard. Okay. So I will flip the camera towards your book, towards the book. Okay. And I will solve those 2 exercises in book itself. It will be much clear to you all. Okay. And after completing those exercises, children, A, B, C, D. Okay, today I am going to tell you how to write down notes in your fair copy. How you will write down notes in your fair copy. Okay, I hope most of you have got your books and copies. So from today onwards, whatever notes I am giving, you can start writing it in your fair copy. And how you have to write it, I'll tell you today itself. Okay, so let's see. 1, children, the sentence. Okay, and exercise A, separate the following sentences into the subject and predicate. This exercise I have already solved in my previous session. And this is how you are going to write in your book, children. See how I have written. Okay, please try to write neatly in good handwriting, and while writing, give proper gap between the words, children. Okay, proper gap between the words while writing. Enough places given there. Okay, try to write neatly and in good handwriting. Okay, now next exercise is exercise B, and in my today's session I have solved this exercise for you all. I have explained also, and I hope all of you have understood. Okay, so now next exercise is exercise C. Match correct predicates with the given subjects to make complete sentences. And children, this exercise I am going to solve here in book itself. Okay, it will be more clear to you all, so please be attentive and look carefully. Now see, here in this exercise, children, 2 columns as you can see. One column is for subject and the other column is for predicate. Okay. Now the first subject here is my father. Okay. Now in front of my father, went for a picnic, it's written. Went for a picnic. So is it a correct match? My father went for a picnic. Is it a correct match? No. Okay. Is reading the news? Yes, this is somewhat correct. It gives some sense. It makes a complete sentence. So you'll have to read out each predicate given here in the predicate column to find out the correct match for the subjects given here in subject column. Okay. So my father is matched with is reading the news. Now thing is that how you will write down the answer. Now see, children, when such kind of exercises, match it or match the following, is given there in your book. Okay. Please don't draw lines and match it. Okay, that is not the correct way and it doesn't look nice also. Okay, see, in front of the predicates, numbering is done in alphabetical order. Alphabets are written here in small letters. You can see A, B, C, D. So, whichever predicate you are going to match with the subjects, you can write down the alphabets written in front of them. Okay, you can write down the alphabet. Suppose this subject, my father, this is the correct predicate, means this is the correct match, is reading the news. Okay. B is written here. So you write down B here in front of my father. Okay. Now next subject is the kite. The kite went for a picnic. No. Cut my hair. No. Is very interesting. No. Flew high in the air. The kite flew high in the air is the correct match for this subject and it is E. So you will write down alphabet E in front of the subject, the kite. Okay, now I hope all of you have understood that how you are going to solve this exercise in your book. Next one is our class. Our class went for a picnic. Yes, this is somewhat correct. Okay, so this predicate is the correct match for our class and this is A. So you will write down small a here. Okay. Next one is Rahul and I. Rahul and I cut my hair. No. Is very interesting. No. Are good friends. Are good friends. This is the correct match for the subject Rahul and I. Okay, and this is alphabet F is written in front of it, so you will write down F here. Now next one is she. She cut my hair. No. Is a nurse. She is a nurse is the correct match for the subject she. So you will write down G here in front of the subject she. The next one is the barber. The barber went for a picnic. No. Is reading the news. No. Cut my hair. C1. The barber cut my hair. This is the correct match. You will write down C here in front of the barber. Next one is a hungry tiger. A hungry tiger is very interesting. No. Are good friends. No. Is a dangerous animal. And it's written H in front of it. So this you are going to write H here. It means this is the correct match for a hungry tiger. Next one is this book. This book went for a picnic. No. Is reading the news. No. Cut my hair. No. Is very interesting. This book is very interesting. You can write down D here. Okay. Now next one is Diwali. Diwali is a nurse. No. Is a dangerous animal. No. Are man's best friends. No. Is the festival of lights. Diwali is the festival of lights. This is the correct match for the subject Diwali. Okay. So you can write down J here. And the last one is the horse and the dog. Only one subject is left here. Only one predicate is left. That is are man's best friends. Okay. So you can write down I here. And this is how you are going to solve this exercise in your book. Okay. Once again we will read out. My father is reading the news. The kite flew high in the air. Our class went for a picnic. Rahul and I are good friends. She is a nurse. The barber cut my hair. A hungry tiger is a dangerous animal. This book is very interesting. Diwali is the festival of lights and the horse and the dog are man's best friends. So I hope this exercise is also clear to you all. Okay. Now the next exercise D. Now this is exercise D, children. Okay, and this exercise is to complete the following sentences by filling in the subject parts. Okay, as you can see in each sentence, predicate part is given here. Okay, predicate part is given here. And you all know very well that predicate describes the subject. Okay, predicate tells us something about the subject. Okay, so by reading by reading the predicate part, we will come to know about the subject or will get an idea about the subject. Okay, see the first one is confident about her performance. Okay, see this predicate part is describing either a girl or a woman. Okay, and see how we came to know that. Why? Because pronoun her is used here, and which is used for a feminine gender. Okay, which is used for a female. So this here in this subject part, you can write either name of a girl, which is a pronoun, or you can write she, which is a pronoun. Okay, so if you want to fill this subject by noun, you can write name of a girl, any name you can write here. Okay, if you want to use pronoun as a subject, you can write down pronoun she, which is used for females or which is used for a feminine gender. So I will write both here, and it is up to you. Whichever you want to write in your book, you can write. Priya and she, both are correct. Okay, means any name of a girl you can write, or you can use pronoun she. Both are correct. Okay. Now next one is a wild animal. Now see children, this predicate in this sentence, this predicate part is describing a wild animal. So here in the subject part, you can, if you want to use noun as a subject, okay, so you can write name of any wild animal. Okay, here I am going to write down name of I will write down tiger. Okay, I'm writing tiger here as a subject. Okay, you can write down lion also, you can write down cheetah also, name of any wild animal you can write down, it is correct. Okay, and see, if you want to use pronoun as a subject, you can use it. It is a pronoun which is used for animal. Okay, so if you want to use pronoun as a subject, you can use it. Both are correct. Okay, now third one is has 11 players. Now see children, here this predicate part is describing a game or a sport which has 11 players in it. So which sport or which game has 11 players in it? Cricket. Okay, so here you will write down a cricket team. A cricket team has 11 players in it. Okay. Now fourth one, dash is the national flag of India. Here this predicate part is describing the national flag of our country. And what is the name of our national flag? It is tricolor. Okay, the name of our national flag is tricolor, which in Hindi we call Tiranga. You can write down tricolor. Tricolor is the national flag of India. Now the fifth one and the last one is has a long trunk. Now you can see children, this predicate part is describing an animal which has a long trunk. So which animal has a long trunk? Elephant. Elephant has a long trunk. Okay. So here you can use Priya. Priya is confident about her performance, or she is confident about her performance. Both is correct. Both are correct. Tiger is a wild animal, or it is a wild animal. Both are correct. A cricket team has 11 players. Tricolor is the national flag of India, and elephant has a long trunk. An elephant has a long trunk. Okay. So I hope this exercise is also clear to you all. Okay, and please write down the answer children in your book. Write neatly in good handwriting. See, first letter, it should be in capital. Okay, a sentence always begins with a capital letter, so please start it with capital letter. Okay, and the next exercise is exercise E children, which is joy drill. Okay, and we will not be doing this exercise in book, so you can put a cross here with pencil in your book. Okay, we will not be doing this exercise in your book. Okay, so this is all the 4 exercises A, B, C, D we have completed. Okay. Now see children, till now I used to tell you that write down the definitions, note down the definitions in your rough copy. But today I am going to tell you that how you will start writing these definitions in your fair copy. Okay. Most of you, I hope most of you have got your books and copies, and those who have not got, hopefully you will get it very soon. Okay, so those who have got may start writing their notes in their fair copy, and I am going to tell you that how you will write in your fair copy. Now see children, as you can see that I have written these definitions in double line copy. Okay, so from third onwards, you are going to write in double line copy. Till second standard, you are writing in 4 line copy. But from class 3rd, you are going to write down in double line copy. And see how I have written. Okay, I am going to tell you that how you have to write in your classwork copy, in your fair copy. The very first page of your copy, you will leave that page. Okay, now you will write down today's date. Suppose you have this note I have written means in your today's homework I have given you these notes. Okay, so you will write down today's date. Okay, you will underline it with blue pencil color, as you can see. Those who were there in second C and second E last year, those who were in these 2 sections, I have only taught you all. Okay, and I hope you all are aware of how you have to write. Okay, so you have to draw a line here with blue pencil color. In the very first line children, you will write down lesson 1. Okay, in the very first line, you will write down lesson 1. Then you will leave 1 line. Okay, you will leave 1 line and then you will write down name of the lesson. You will write down name of the lesson. Okay, and you have to leave 1 line and write children. Okay, in the very first line, you will write down lesson 1. Then you will write down name of the lesson, the sentence. Okay, here you have to give 1 finger gap or 2 finger gap. Okay, the sentence. Then after leaving 2 lines children, you have to give this heading. Define the following with an example. Define the following with an example. You will give the heading, and you can see, children, one finger gap I have given between the words. Okay, so while writing you can keep your fingers and write down the next word. Okay, don't write it in a bad handwriting, children, because those copies I will not check. I am telling you in advance. Okay, those who will not write neatly, their notes will not be checked. Okay, so define the following with an example. You will write it like this. Okay, and then after writing these three headings, you will underline it with blue pencil color. Okay, use your blue pencil color. Please don't use crayon colors. You can use pencil colors. Okay, and use your ruler for drawing lines. Okay, use your ruler for drawing lines. Got it? Now, after leaving two lines again, you will start with the very first definition, that is the sentence. Okay, so what is a sentence? An ordered group of words which makes complete sense is called a sentence. Now see, children, one finger gap between the words. Okay, give one finger gap between the words and start the sentence with capital letter. Put full stop here at the end and leave one line and write. Okay, after writing this definition, you will write down example here. The dog is barking is the example. This T you will underline with blue pencil color, and this full stop also you will underline with blue pencil color. Okay, and then the next definition is subject. Okay, the person, place, thing or emotion that is spoken about is called a subject. Start here with capital letter, put full stop here, give one finger gap between the words, leave one line. Okay, then write down the example. The dog is barking. See, here in this sentence, the dog is the subject. So you will underline the dog with blue pencil color. You will put a down arrow, and in bracket you will write down subject like this. Got it? Then the next example is, next definition is of predicate. Okay, third one. What is said about the subject is called the predicate. Okay, start with capital letter, put full stop here, give one finger gap between the words. Okay, leave one line. Then example you will write down, the dog is barking. Okay, here in this sentence, is barking is predicate. So you will underline is barking with blue pencil color, put down arrow and write down predicate in bracket. Now see, children, since I have written in, these definitions in register, I am having enough place. Okay, so after writing two definitions, children, if place is not there, you can turn the page and you can write down definition here. Okay, on the next page you can write down the third definition on the next page if sufficient place is not there. Okay, and this is how you have to do your work. I hope it is clear to all of you. Okay, now you may, I think all of you are not having any, no one is having any doubt regarding anything, how you have to write in copy, in which copy you have to write. Okay, you have to write with pen or with pencil. You have to write with pencil only, children. Okay, and this is how you have to do your work in copy. So please start doing your work in your fair copy, children. Okay, in good handwriting, and I hope it's clear to you all. So I hope, children, whatever I have explained to you all today, you all have understood. Okay, start writing your notes in your fair copy. Follow all those instructions which I have given you just now. Okay, and complete your exercises also in your book. Okay, so today lesson 1, all the exercises, all the 4 exercises of lesson 1 I have completed. Okay, so you all also complete all those exercises and write down the definitions in your copy. Okay, and in my next session I'll start with the exercises of lesson number 2, that is kinds of sentences. Okay, and please don't forget, children, to memorize your definitions. Start learning the definitions. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you and have a good day.